Hello everybody, we are here at Alchemist Cove. I'm Aaron, this is my friend Chris Brown here, and we've got something real exciting to share with you today. Take it away, Chris.
Yeah, wow, this was a completely unexpected thing. When I got the message about OverPowered was coming back, I honestly never expected them to reach out and give these boxes for us to show to everybody. And when I called you, I mean,
Yep.
I had to. You were the first,
To be honest, Chris, I never expected this game to come back, period. I thought it was finished. This was my childhood game growing up before I played Magic. So when you messaged, I was like, OverPowered? What?
Yeah. They've come back with. I think there's 4 new starters, a bunch of
4.
Lots of boosters, like 300 and some cards.
Yeah.
In the boosters.
I think close to 360 for the set.
I remember now. Yep. You got to forgive me on some of this.
That's all right.
But yeah, they send us these decks and they said, hey, do you want to show them off? And I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer, right?
Absolutely.
Now, it has to be said that these are abridged versions of the full starters, just so we can show you what's inside, what's coming, what you're going to get when they launch. Well, the Kickstarter's already launched on October 15th. It's going to be running for 30 days. And you'll have a chance to grab the boosters, the starters, the power deck, and uncut sheets, and more, really.
And if I'm not mistaken, this back in the 90s was a Marvel game, and who's manufacturing it now?
Who's manufacturing it now? Well, they went by Lazarus. Yes, I want to make sure I get it. Lazarus Rising Games. Yep. Yeah, and that was honestly one of the biggest things, because apparently they've been doing a lot with this over the last few years, and it was like print and play kind of style. But now we're bringing it back. They went through the Kickstarter. I think they're like around 200,000 now.
I think when I checked earlier, it was above 200,000. They hit the third stretch goal or somewhere around there.
Yeah, lots of new foils, lots of new characters in this, and what's neat is, again, I liked the Marvel stuff. I liked the DC part. I got my DC book right over here. I'm not even... And Image. They had Image.
Image was one of the last sets.
And speaking of, in this set, they did get the rights to Top Cow with Witchblade, Leonidas. They said Darkness as well. Yeah,
I think Leonidas is in this set. I think Top Cow will be coming next, right? Because I don't think Witchblade
I knew they had the promos.
Yeah.
I saw the promos.
I don't think those are going to be in this set, but they will be coming. And if you're at NYCC this weekend, actually,
yes, right?
October 19th, booth 4321, Lazarus is handing out promos of Leonidas and Witchblade.
And we won't turn any down you decide to send.
Yeah, that is a fact.
So, we got these fresh packs standing right here, and I don't know about you, but I've been waiting to open these.
Let's do it.
Let's go first.
I can't wait.
Who wants to go first? So yeah, we have, let's see, open this up. We want to go with the lower cards, the power cards, or we want to start it big?
Start big.
Go big, baby.
Go big. Go big. Show those characters off first.
Show them off. Well, the first one we get, of course, is Zeus. Zeus, the king of the gods themselves. And he comes with Hera. Hera kills me because she's a shield card.
Yep.
And her whole thing is she's going to take the damage for Zeus.
Take those hits.
Yepper. Because, and as we all know, Zeus is a jealous god.
Very much so.
Very much a jealous god. Be careful, you're going to get a Thunderbolt.
Which is a whopping 9 of energy.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane for, notice, not a 1 per deck.
No.
Not a 1
no,
per
that's
deck.
what I was looking at.
That's a regular special
when
card.
I was looking here, I did not see the keywords 1 per deck, and I'm like, well, that's got to be a 3 right there, guaranteed. And we've got Banishment because he's going to take you out. All right. Oh, next we got the Angry Mob of the Middle Ages. Now, I can see this one going against because you have the horror deck.
I do.
This would be a good thing that, thematically at least, would go against that horror deck. Because they got there. Don't let them get away. Sorry, I found that funny. I just did.
That is perfect.
Mob mentality, of course. I'll keep it there. Nice. Naturally, they had to have your torches and pitchforks, which I like about it because they're
solid multi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're multi. I'm sorry, I get excited.
That's all right.
Finally, a nice swarm. So they seem like they're all about grouping together and coming
Attacks.
after you. Which Angry Mob, it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably not a good defensive character, but
No.
that's why you have Zeus.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Zeus and Hera is just going to be fun. I can't wait. The Wicked Witch of the West.
There we go.
Get out of here.
Wizard
That
of
is awesome.
Oz.
Yeah.
She's got another 8 of energy.
I know. Look at that. I can't wait to see what more comes in from these different themes, from the different aquaphobic. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Very flavorful.
She's
in
very,
that.
she's very afraid of the water, but that's pretty good. Feared by all witches. Heck yeah, she was. Oh, you're doing good with the zoom. Okay, I'll break the fourth wall. I don't need a fourth wall.
Yeah.
I will have those silver shoes.
Weren't they ruby?
They were
slippers?
ruby, but that
Ruby
might be a
slippers?
copyright issue.
Oh, touche.
I'm not sure.
That could be.
But okay, you're gonna have to pronounce this for me because I'm half.
Oh, Deja Thoris.
Deja.
The Queen of Mars.
That was John
Carter.
Carter.
Yep.
Yeah, not John Carpenter.
Not
It's
John Carpenter.
Not the Thing of Mars. Yeah.
Deja Thoris. That's beautiful art.
Yeah. Look at this. Jeez. See, if I could draw a half as well, I would be doing that for a living.
Yep. That's her one per deck
That's
card
the one
right
per deck.
there.
Yeah. That's going to smack you in the face. Now, she only came with one in here, but then we have, I don't know about you, but they used to be squared.
Oh, yes.
And
they
now
did.
they're rounded corners.
They were very glossy, too.
Yes, yes. But these are the venture cards.
Venture cards.
This
the
one's,
missions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, the missions.
Themed around Tarzan. And we have King of the Jungle. Yep. I'll keep them right there. And what is this one? Beasts of Tarzan. I don't know where they got this art, Tarzan and the Golden Lion, but I like it. This one was Conan-like. It really reminded me of the old Conan artwork. But, let's see. Tarzan of the Earth's Core. And Tarzan and City of Gold. Now, you remember what these do, of course.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, we should get 7 of these.
Tarzan's Quest, yep.
And these are what we use to, not Annie, but like bet
how we're going to do in the
how
battles.
we're going to do in the venture battle for the round.
There we go. Now these are we'll just show them all in a fan.
Yeah, the power cards.
The power cards, yep. And you get a nice healthy set of these. Everything from your 1 power. And I like Tarzan. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against Tarzan, but I like the old style art, comic book style of the Invisible Man. I don't know why. This one just I really like this one.
It's funny you say that. This is based off the comics. I mean, it was a Marvel game, so the whole comic artistry and style is a huge part of this game.
Absolutely. Would this one have been Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
That's the one. That's what I was thinking as
and
well.
I believe he's in the set, by the way.
Is he?
Yes.
Nice.
The character list is available if you go onto OverPowered's Facebook page. It's posted there somewhere, and you can see all 40 characters in this base set. And if I can recall, the original Marvel OverPower had 39 in the base.
Yeah.
So so they're pretty much right on the
right on par. I guess that'd be the right word, right on par.
Yeah.
And we got allies. We'll show you
back.
Yep. We have Hera and that's Hucklebuck.
Excellent. Now the ally cards did not appear in the original game. I think they first came into existence in the DC expansion.
I was going to say, yep.
I believe it was DC. Yeah.
And then we'll just show the training cards because they're the you're going to get a couple of these.
Yep. Training cards.
Training cards, yeah.
Remember those?
I know, right? Now this one I like because you have to have a 6 or higher to use, and it gives you +2 to your
Plus.
attack or defense.
Defense is nice.
Yeah.
Can't defend with the ally. Mm-hmm. Can't defend with the teamwork either.
Not really, no.
No.
And the last cards we got, and I don't know if I want to show too much of these because the event cards.
Oh, yeah, the event cards.
Let's leave a little bit of them a secret, but we'll put them up here. You get 3 of them in this set, but I think we usually get 5. Or
I believe it's 5 in a deck. Yeah, so obviously there's going to be a lot more.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I would assume those are all thematic together, right?
Yes, these are
Yeah.
Time Traveler's Journal, Tarzan of the Jungle, 3 events for his.
Yeah, so maybe there's 2 more.
Like this one says, all any power icons become brute force icons for the battle. And then, they'll give you some good events and everything to go along with it. And this is the end of the
End of Zeus.
Ungodly Powers.
Godly
yeah.
Powers.
Man, I can't
So
wait.
if you like energy and you want to play
I was
some
going to say
8s,
that. Yeah.
you're going to pull out that Zeus deck because the Wicked Witch and Zeus right there is 2 8s. And
that
there's
9s.
probably only 2, maybe 3 8 of energies in the entire set.
And that 9 isn't limited.
That
it's
9,
not one
yes,
per deck.
actually, if you want to show that.
That's what I was going to
again,
get, yeah.
Well, not every character, actually.
Nope.
Some characters have special abilities on them. Some don't.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that do are very interesting.
Yeah.
And Zeus has a special ability that allows him to have duplicate cards
Thunderbolt?
of
There's Zeus.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's
So the way that,
gonna punch
he may have 1 duplicate Thunderbolt special, and he may not play energy teamwork cards.
Yeah, he's going to punch through so many people quickly.
Yeah, so having a duplicate 9 of energy, that's pretty stellar.
But when it's successful, Zeus and his teammate can't defend Zeus for the remainder of the game.
Well, he hits hard for a reason.
That's what I was going to say.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Cumulative KO is only 20.
go big or go home.
So, yep, go big or go home. That's
I like
right.
him. I like him.
Okay, are we ready
Do you
for
need-
some horror? Let me see if I can peel this open here first.
It probably would have been
Well,
easy
for
enough for
one,
me to do that.
Before I do that, we have the horror menagerie right
Mm-hmm.
here with who I believe is Mina Harker on the front. On the back, we get a little description: abomination, freak, monster. That's what they're calling this deck here. Again, another abridged version. Actually references Zeus on here.
Oh, really?
So this is probably a good matchup, yeah. So we'll see who comes inside of this deck. Now, let's see if I can peel this open.
Yeah, cut it.
Oh, we got it. All right. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that the plastic wrap is pretty rough to open up here. I remember I like that little pull tab.
Yes.
You know, the plastic wrapping that you had that little tab that you just whipped right around and slid it right out. I hope that becomes a thing.
I said maybe that'll be in the final.
Maybe that'll be in the final because that's very easy to open these things. And I don't know about you, it's just something satisfying about pulling a tab and ripping something out of it. So let's open this baby up right here. I'm a pretty big fan of some horror.
Oh,
So excited to see what we got in here. All right.
right off the
The
bat.
man, the legend, yes. So apparently we get some H.P. Lovecraft in here, and to start us off, we have the Eldritch God Cthulhu. Look at those stats, 6187. This guy is jacked. He can't fight, but
No.
he's got everything else. And he has an ability, play intelligence teamworks from reserve. That's pretty good. Cthulhu, the Call of Cthulhu, his 1 per deck. Wow, that is a powerful card. Opponent's characters hits to KO are -5 for remainder of game.
Oh my God.
And you can play it in reserve. So the cumulative KO is 20, so this just reduces it down to 15 for the rest of the game. That's an extremely powerful 1 per deck. Distracting Intervention. There we go. Look at this artwork. It's great. Play in front of Cthulhu or the teammate, and it looks like it acts as a shield until this card is KO'd. That's very akin to a similar card that the Brood had in Mission Control, I believe. And Network Fanatics, an energy
Nice.
attack for Cthulhu. Also playable by reserve. So it sounds like Cthulhu is a nice reserve character, which is pretty powerful when you bring him right up when somebody gets KO'd. All right. Next character. Excellent. Sleepy Hollow here. We get the Headless Horseman. This guy's another strength powerhouse with a decent energy stat. So it looks like we might have a good energy strength deck going on here. Human Spine Whip.
Oh my God.
Look at that art. 4 of combat. If successful, opponent has to discard a card placed or in hand of the opponent's choice. That is nice. Mark of the Headless. Here we go. The 1 per deck card. I'm always eager to see these.
Yeah.
So target characters -2 to attack, defend against the Horseman for the remainder of the game. That is nice. Plus you get a +5 to venture total. So that'll probably win you a battle. Pumpkinhead. This reminds me of the Hobgoblins' Pumpkin Bombs. Whoop. 6 of energy right there. And if you have Mark of a Headless as a hit, the Horseman may make this attack after opponent concedes. Look at that. Relentless Hessian. So we got 4 cards here for the Horseman.
Yeah.
Look at that. Man, this artwork is good. Now, one thing I loved about this game was the artwork. It was just stellar, especially being a big comic fan myself. Just looking at the cards, the superheroes doing their attacks and everything is just very reminiscent of that. And I love the hand-drawn aspect. You know, a lot of games now use a lot of digital or AI imagery. And I can understand the need for that to an extent, but you know, it really detracts from the raw, just hand-drawn art. And I think that's what OverPowered here is going for, to stick with that hand-drawn art by famous comic artists in the industry to keep it reminiscent to what the original game was.
And one of the things I always liked about this game in general was you could answer those questions of who would be, you know, who's going to whoop who, right? Because, I mean, I have a deck at home right now built with Carnage, Omega Red, and a couple of others, right? Because I want to know, can I take my evil version of the Sinister 6 here and, you know.
Fight them off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just,
okay. We got our third character here, the Mummy.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
That is sick.
Mummy is pretty good. Again, strength and energy, 6/2, 7/2, and we got an ability. That is strong. The Mummy must have a hit with an energy icon to be KO'd.
Oh.
I misread that when I initially looked at that. I thought he couldn't be hit. So this is very difficult. All you have to do is block all your energy attacks, and you can't kill this guy. That's nuts. All right. Ancient Wisdom. Teammate avoid an attack with a power card. Draw a card.
Okay.
Chuck a duplicate. The Eternal Journey. Negate an opponent's special card. That's pretty nice.
Real defensive, I see.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go. 1 per deck. Always love these. 7 of energy. If successful, remove a hit from his current battle or permanent record. Removing hits is very nice. And a 3 of intellect attack right here with Relentless Pursuit. Could be played after the opponent concedes battle. Opponent may defend.
So this one, just let me ask you.
Oh, yeah.
So this one just says remove a hit.
Yep.
So if somebody manages to slip an energy through on you, sorry, fella. No.
Good point.
It is gone.
Regenerate that energy, and we are back to square one of not being able to kill this guy.
Yeah.
But he is the Mummy.
He is. It makes sense.
Makes very much sense.
I like it.
All right, our last character here, the character on the box, we have Mina Harker. Boy, I wish this was Dracula, but Dracula is in the set. She's a 6 of energy and a 6 of strength, so yeah, we got that energy strength theme going on here. We get to see her 1 per deck, which is a solid 7 of combat. If successful, remove a hit from her current battle or permanent record. Makes sense. Vampire, right? Dracula's telepathic connection. There's the mention of the big man.
Mm-hmm.
Target character, reveal a card in your hand, playable by target character, may be played from reserve. Interesting. All right, and now we get to the rest of the nuts and bolts here.
Yepper.
So we have our mission cards. They are the Call of Cthulhu mission objectives. Well, that's very fitting because Cthulhu is a powerhouse. So there's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the second Call of Cthulhu. All right, here's our next mission. And we'll keep that zoomed in. We got another mission here, Cthulhu.
I've always been a fan of the Lovecraft Cthulhu stuff.
Eldritch horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that. We got another mission here. Again, just admire the art on this stuff. You got to have an appreciation for this. If you don't, why are you playing this game? You know, let's be honest.
Yeah.
A game with comic characters and heroes, that's all about the artwork. So
Well,
then we have a,
That was what was nice, is the Tarzan made it feel more like the Barbarian. Like I said, it was like Conan. But then the Lovecraft and Mina feels very 1800s Victorian. So it
does.
It captures the feel well.
It's a nice clash. And then we have a whole bunch of power cards here. Guess I could spread these out like Chris did. So we've got our ones. We saw some of those.
Yep.
Our twos. Flip them around. Our threes. 3 of energies there. Medusa.
Nice.
Here we go. We got some Billy the Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our mummy man. 5 of energy. And the big man, Cthulhu, would have thought he'd be on the 8 because he has the 8 of strength.
I was thinking the same.
Yep. We have Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah.
Right? And 7 of strengths from our Headless Horseman.
That looks painted.
We've got some 8 of strengths there, which
Oh.
I can only surmise would be Hercules,
It looks
probably.
to me Hercules.
He is on the character list. And now we have 2 ally cards here, an intellect and a strength. We have a couple basic universe cards, some strength ones right there. Those are pretty neat.
The trident. Yeah.
Yep. Now the universe card's got to be played with a power card because it adds to the attack, is not the attack itself. Then we have 2 training cards here. It looks like Merlin, which is a character in the set with Arthur there. And of course our Eldritch God Cthulhu again. And now we get 3 event cards here called Call of Cthulhu.
Oh.
Goes with the missions.
There it is.
These are pretty cool. Wow, this one hits with an intelligence icon. Do not count to venture total this battle. That is interesting. So I'll hold those up here so you get to see that. We'll keep the other 2 hidden. Give a little mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I would assume there's going to be some more of these because you were allowed to have 5 in a deck. Now, the cool part about this game was there were no deck limitations.
Yeah.
Right? And as far as I'm aware, that has not changed. So your deck could be any size. I think it had to be a minimum of 56 cards back in the day. I don't know what it is now because the other 4 would be your characters, but there was no max.
Nope.
And you could play as many copies of a card as you wanted. Now, they did have the duplicate rule, so you'd have to be careful because you do have to discard duplicates. But I do like how this just gives me a very nostalgic vibe to the original game.
It's stepping back into
I don't feel like it's any different at all, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, just better.
You can
because it's coming back.
A small refresher, you'll pick it up like it's nothing. Hey,
Exactly.
Speaking of picking things up like they're nothing, I got this promo that I think would go in the deck pretty well.
What do we got here? Oh, the big man himself. Yeah, look at this. We do have a Dracula, and this guy is stacked. Look at those stats.
I was thinking the same.
8 of intelligence. Not surprised. Dracula is an intelligent guy, but look at that ability. After the discard phase, Dracula can offer an opponent to gain +2 to all actions. If they accept, you remove 2 hits. That's powerful. 2 hits off the permanent record is powerful.
Sit him in with the mummy.
That would be a nice combination. Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to point out with this is the cards look like they're standard size, just like your Pokemon Magic the Gathering cards, your standard card game, which is nice. Same playing sleeves and everything. The back is different, of course. Yeah. That's the back of the new game. Now, my understanding is that this will be the only back to the game. The original Overpower had different backings for Marvel, DC, and Image, which was fine. But back in the day, we didn't really have opaque sleeves. There was a lot of transparency, so hiding the backs was kind of difficult. You really couldn't smash these things together. You tried. I mean, I tried, and we just pretended we weren't cheating.
Exactly.
That's pretty much. The cardstock is nice. I played Magic the Gathering a lot, and I usually compare cardstock to that, and played some Lorcana and other card games. I have to say, this is a rather thick cardstock, which is nice, durable. The original game had a nice cardstock. This is the same feel.
Looks like 330 black core, something like that.
Now, one of the things I loved about this game back in the day was when Power Surge came out, and they had that weaved cardstock, which actually, I noticed Dracula here has a very similar. So, if you want to take a look at this power card, see how it's just nice and glossy, right? You get a little bit of a shine to it. Okay, but now we want to take a look at Dracula here. It's a bit coarse. Yeah, there we go.
Like the linen
you
finish.
See how grainy it is. It's a bit coarse. It's not quite that weaved stock the original had, but very, very similar. And the back as well has that style.
You can see it.
You can really see it right there.
Yep.
I love that feel.
Now, I will say again, these are the review copies or preview copies.
Yep.
And so they could very well go to this.
It's possible, although I do know that they are going to put foils in the set. Oh my God, yeah. Right? So the glossy is more conducive to the foiling.
That makes sense.
So I could understand completely not using the other cardstock, but I can't help but hope for a promo or something that, like Dracula there, that might have that nice weave stock to it. So I did want to point that out there, that the quality of these cards looks pretty good so far on the abridged version, which is nice. We all want our stuff to hold up over time, after all, right? But I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
I'm thrilled for this.
I'm ready to just stop and play a game, but I know it's getting late, but I really want to.
But we will do that.
Absolutely.
We will set a date, and we will let you guys know. We'll play test these 2 decks together just to kind of get a feel for the mechanics again and see how they run. Again, we've said many times, these are abridged versions, so some things could change, but I like it.
For the most part, yeah, it's just taking you back to the 90s, man.
It is taking me back.
It's running you back.
I used to always say, like, I complain every now and then to my customers about growing up and what I started playing. Overpowered is the first card game I ever played. And I played Magic the Gathering for like 27 years. Yep. But it was not my first. Overpowered was the first game I played. Primarily because I love comics and I love the superheroes. Batman the Animated Series was my jam, and it just spiraled from there. It's not a complicated game to learn. Nope. Pretty straightforward. There's no dice and no resource, really. Yeah. You're drawing cards and you're making attacks and beating the snot out of your opponent's characters.
Absolutely.
We didn't play the missions much because we just wanted to fight each other.
Exactly.
Right? See who could come out on top. You know, but the mission thing is not complicated at all. No, it's very straightforward.
I think I'm going to win this fight, so I'm going to bet 3 of them.
Gives you an alternate win condition in case things could get drawn out. Like the Mummy, I can't kill him, so we're going to do some missions and venture and try to win. Yeah, because that would be a problem. Yeah. But I was absolutely thrilled when I found out this game was coming back. I didn't even know about it. Chris sends me a message saying, "Hey, do you plan on backing this?" And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? And I looked into it myself, and I just was overcome, by shock. I looked into it immediately, and I'm like, wow, I got to back this, you know. And OverPower is currently on Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
That started on October 15th,
Yep.
and it's going to run for 30 days. So if you are interested in getting in on this game, don't delay. There is a limited print run on it, but Lazarus is offering up a pretty sizable amount.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I feel anyone who wants to get in on this will have that opportunity. Just don't pledge on day 30.
Yeah. I like, how do I want to say this? I've been making board games, comics, and things for over 15 years, okay? So I've dealt with this manufacturing, and what they've managed to do is pretty neat, because they're actually going to ship in early of 2025. Now, games like this are usually, you're talking later, 2026 if you're lucky.
Yes, so guys, this is a big deal. If you're familiar with Kickstarters, which I am, and I know
I've made
you
a
are,
ton of them.
You know, you're waiting years sometimes on these things, easily 2 years, no problem with the manufacturing. Lazarus Games here is very ambitious, and I gotta applaud that. The Kickstarter runs for 30 days, right? So it'll end mid-November or so. They have hopefully they can keep to it, but planned release date of March
or April,
2025. That's crazy. Amazing, because I can't wait to get a hold of these cards. But all the more reason to back it, right? You back it, you're not going to wait forever to get this product. I know with Kickstarter, I've backed a dozen games at a time already, and 2 years later, I get the game. I'm like, what's this?
I forgot about this one.
Did I buy this?
I swear to God, I've done that.
I know. I don't remember buying this. It's got to be a mistake. This is going to be fresh in your mind yet. And they do have organized play in the works.
I was going to say
bring this, because this is a competitive game.
Yeah.
It's a collectible card game, but it is a competitive card game. So if you're one of those people
tournaments, everything.
That like to do tournaments, they're going to bring the scene back. I know we plan on supporting that here at Alchemist Cove, not just because I'm a big fan of the game, but I truly believe this was a game before its time. Back when Marvel had it, it was phenomenal. And with the Marvel MCU right now and everything else, if OverPower would have been around to this day, I think it would be one of the bigs, because kids would love it. The artwork's their favorite superheroes.
And it's something that you can get into.
Something you can get into, but alas, it stopped in the late 90s, and it just was done.
And here.
Now here we are,
coming
back, which is phenomenal. And I'm kind of eating my own words here, living the dream of this game returning. Hopefully we can get some IPs that take us back to those old roots of the superheroes. But for now, I'm happy with these. I'm happy with Top Cow coming. And whatever else.
There's two more decks we didn't get to show yet.
Yes, there are 2 more decks. That's actually good you mentioned that. There are going to be 4 starter decks total. We only have 2 of them. So
the other one was Time. Oh my gosh, Time Detectives.
Okay.
And the Resistance. I knew I'd get it.
Yep, and there's a bunch of tiers on the Kickstarter. You can just back the decks. You can back the decks in a box. You can back supplies. They've got a whole line of deck boxes, card sleeves, play mats, double player play mats. And one thing I really like, and I had to do a double take and actually reach out to Lazarus and ask about this. I saw Power Card Station. And this is a big deal. If you're familiar with Magic and everything, you need mana, right? Pokemon, you need your energy. So in OverPower, you need power cards. You need to attack and defend. And to get those power cards, you got to pull them out of packs. Well, these booster packs are basically twice the size as the original. If I'm not mistaken, 17 card?
I believe.
17 card. The original was 9.
9.
There's no worse feeling than pulling a bunch of land out of a booster pack, right? Lazarus has reworked the way these boosters are going to work, and so that you're not going to be opening a bunch of power cards, which is nice. Hence the Power Card Station. That is going to be a big box actually of over 200 power cards, and that's in the Kickstarter. It's labeled as such. Which is extremely important and great.
So you're going to get tons of these in that.
You're going to get tons of these. So you don't need to worry about ripping a booster pack, pulling 50% power cards. You can get a power card station and be golden.
Yep.
In fact, I would recommend even backing one of those if you want to get into this game. That way you have all the power cards you need to play a game, because you're not going to play all of these in a single deck.
No.
You got to strategize your team, and you're going to focus on, one or two icons, and that's about it. You're not even going to have an 8 in every deck. That's just not going to happen. So the power card station is a very neat addition, very helpful for stores. If you have a store you want to back this, there's 3 store tiers, right? Different levels. The Rising store, Championship store is the biggest one, and there's a third one. I can't quite recall.
I don't remember the name of it,
might
but
be
I know
a
what
hero
you're...
store or something like that. Different variants of quantities of product, which is really cool for those who just want to test the waters and those who know what they're getting into and want to go full in, like we did. I'm so happy about this coming. But yeah, keep an eye on those power card stations. Playmats look awesome. Edgar Rice Burroughs artwork on those, beautiful, beautiful playmats. They are stitched, so the quality looks pretty good. We'll see what they look like when they come out. But check it out. Kickstarter's still good for a while. Look at all the products. Back it if you can. And I can't wait for this to come out.
I know. I'm. April won't get here quick enough. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
We'll do open packs. We're gonna go nuts. We're gonna play this thing to death. And as soon as we get those other boxes, brother, I promise you we'll be up here.
Absolutely. So yeah, as we said before, we're gonna pick a date and stream these things going at it toe to toe on a later date. I don't know what that'll be yet, but we will let you know.
Absolutely.
Awesome.